So Anna, what you doing here?
Just doing my job.
Y'all know the name.
The sword.
Doing my job.
Hello, just doing my job.
I haven't talked to Mercito since about a few days after the fight. We had to meet up and handle some business and stuff. And at that point, it was like 3 days after the fight. He was still kind of, he's still trying to soak it in and figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
So like right now, as far as like, he's just, for what I got from our meeting, and he had such a it was such a long camp, and a lot of media and stuff, and he was just a little burnt out on it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm supposed to talk to him today, but we got some other stuff going on. But just it is what it is, man. I was just probably as shocked as he is now, or I don't. It's kind of one of those things, Dennis, where you know how much I talked about how we were going to bring this fight and make this an entertaining fight, and you worked so hard in camp, and just to watch him fight like that was just like I was in a bad dream, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Of course, and then the thing is about it is, there was a lot of expectation, which comes from, of course, people's high regard of his capabilities. You know what I mean? So naturally, with what happened, there's a backlash of some sort, which I can understand, but at the same time, I still have high hopes for Mercito that he can learn from something like that. After all, he wasn't hurt. But what do you think really happened? Like your assessment, because you were in the corner, like you guys had your game plan, and I'm sure you guys were ready for what Vazquez was gonna do. So what basically what just happened in there?
Dennis, I've always put so much, we've always put a lot of pressure on ourselves, on Mercito, and that's pressure that we put on, just to get him to this point. He's wanted this fight, this kind of a fight for so long,
Mm-hmm.
since I got with him, and I promised him, I said, someday we're gonna get here. We go to the MGM for other fights. I'm like, someday you're gonna be here. We're gonna do this, and
Mm-hmm.
and one thing about Mercito, man, is like he never, it's hard to say, man. I just, he worked really hard, and somewhere along the way he lost his focus,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if it was the lights.
Mm-hmm.
Or the magnitude of the event.
Mm-hmm.
I know this is the first time he's had his whole entire family
Mm-hmm.
here
Mm-hmm.
at one time. They were involved in his camp, and there was a lot of pressure. It's and for as much as he's always handled pressure very well, I think maybe some of the pressure got to him,
Mm-hmm.
and for whatever reason, it really. I'm still looking. It kind of he shut it down,
Mm-hmm.
and fighting a guy like Miguel Vazquez, we knew exactly what he was going to do. We
Mm-hmm.
knew he was going to move that way. It was almost exactly the way we had planned for him, and he didn't. That's not the way that he was in camp. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I was just at a loss for words. All you can do is, one round after the next is just tell him, hey, look, I think the last thing I told him before he went out for the first round was jump on him now. You know what I mean? Like, don't let him get going.
Mm-hmm.
And, once the pattern started where, he was kind of there and, he couldn't get his rhythm, it's, only he really knows 100%, but, there was a lack of, I can only see a lack of focus,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all I can really attribute to it. I know people are going to call for my head and say I don't know what I'm doing and whatnot, and that's fine, and they're all, given, the way that he performed. I expect that stuff, I've expected that, every fight we've ever had, you're under the microscope like him, but, I know for my part, I know that what the way he fought is not the way that we trained him to fight.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, but I'm not making any excuses. Miguel Vazquez just imposed his style, and that's what everybody said was whoever imposes their style in this fight is going to win this fight. And, Mercito has to do everything he could have done? Absolutely not. He's worlds better than he showed. But I don't, mentally, only he knows, why he didn't, throw caution to the wind and, go all out. Sometimes you just have one of those nights and nothing seems to work for you. You know what I mean? So to me, I am not really sure. I feel like, he was trying, but he wasn't adjusting. And he wasn't responding, to what I was trying to tell him to do, So, like I said, we haven't spoke in about a week since, the last time we spoke, and we didn't really get on it too much, I wanted to just relax and get away from boxing, but I think just maybe the whole entire event leading up, the week of, and, the pressure, and we know that's all part of it, is always there, but it was something that maybe got to be a bit much, you know what I mean? And that threw him off, and, he didn't get hurt, but, losing the way he lost, I think you can even attest to watching him fight that way, it almost looked like he let Miguel Vazquez win, because he wasn't getting hurt, he wasn't, Vazquez didn't try to, engage with him, that, but he did what he did, so, I can only think, like I said, only he really knows. I'm going to just give Miguel Vazquez a lot of credit for being a great fighter, man, and doing what he does good. And Mercito, we weren't able to adjust, so I'm not going to put it all on Mercito, but he's the guy that has to do it at the end of the day. But I'm going to accept him. I'm going to accept this, part of the blame too. You know what I mean? Because we've always been in this together. So, somewhere along the line, he lost his focus, and I'm partly responsible for keeping his focus in line. That's not the plan that we had. I can only think that, somewhere along the line, the magnitude of the event and the pressure might have messed with his focus a little bit.
Definitely, and I can empathize with you when it comes to coaching and executing. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't execute for your fighter. And at the same time, my main observation on that fight with Mercito was, regardless of what strategy was going on, for me in the last 3-4 rounds, if you're the fighter, you gotta show a little bit more urgency than that. Like, that's what I was just concerned about.
That's what I told him from the get-go. That's what I preached during the camp. It's hard to say right now, Dennis. Like, I care a lot about Mercito, and like I said, we're on this for 3 years, and obviously it's his future. You know what I mean? As well as it is mine as his trainer and manager. I worked very hard for him. You know what I mean, to get him to that point, and I just think that it's one of those things where it happened, and the reason why it's so bad is because HBO was so looking forward to seeing him. And when you perform like that, not this, if you would have lost and lost, making the fight ugly and throwing caution to the wind and making it, it's just that in the way that he performed, it's going to be some work to get back to that level. You know what I mean? And like I said, man, I take some of the blame with him because I've started this with him. And we won together, and just like if he would have won, I would have got a bunch of credit, do or not do, and just like when he loses, I'll get criticism, and just like him, so I'm fine with that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just we'll see what happens next, and the Top Rank's not very happy with him.
Well, it's definitely not the end of the road. I mean, far from it. It's the first loss, and Mercito will definitely learn a lot from that. And you're right. I mean, only he knows. We can all speculate. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of dynamics in that fight that Mercito has never faced before, which I was actually also curious to see before the fight, like the big event and all that. But I clearly remember also Mercito telling me, how excited he was, how confident he was, and about his strategy, and it just didn't manifest itself on fight night. But if it was up to you,